Good evening. First, I would like to acknowledge Mayor Parker, representatives of the City Council, Chief McCullen, the Command Staff, Captain Reddy, and special guests. I am honored to be addressing the Houston Police Academy as cadets for the last time. Also, to all family members, friends, and colleagues in the audience, thank you for your continued support. At this time, I'd like to present to you our class flag. And our class flag. Once again, I am Brandon Love, and I am the president of the graduating class 214. On behalf of the class, I present to you these words filled with heartfelt and lifelong experiences. For over 150 years, the Houston Police Department knows what it means to live in a moment. They have trained in a moment, patrolled in a moment, rebuilt in a moment, and saved lives in a moment. George Bernard Shaw once stated, "Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will." The Academy is a place for some that has given individuals a sense of hope. Hope to become the movers, shakers, and protectors that we have been called to be. It is a place that we have made a home for the past 6 months and ultimately years to come. It is also a place that has made individuals feel empowered to do things far beyond than what we ever imagined. It is also a place that we have learned to love, appreciate, honor, and respect not only ourselves, but each other and our communities. June 25th, 2012 is when it all started. Roll call starting at 0700 hours was for the first time in some of our lives that our boots were so shiny we could see the reflection of ourselves. Our uniform was neatly pressed so much that we were afraid to turn wrong to avoid any possible wrinkles. Our faces were clean shaven, and the women were restricted from wearing any type of makeup, nail polish, and their hair was pinned up, which I'm sure made them and their loved ones learn to appreciate their natural beauty even more.
True that.
None of us knew what to expect next. 70 cadets, 70 different personalities, 70 different life stories. And on top of all that confusion, we were constantly told by our instructor that we wasn't ready yet. And quite frankly, we weren't. Our instructors have taught us, among other things, that other people have an enormous impact upon the lives of others. We're not an island unto ourselves. We need other people to come alongside of us to support us, to pick us up when we're down, to help us be cognizant of our weaknesses, to encourage us when in need of encouragement, to give us hard answers when we ask those hard questions. Those individuals are brave enough to tell us when we're going astray or off base. For the past 6 months, we shouted in unison our class motto: one team, one fight. With that said, we were often asked whether we wanted to hear the good news or the bad news. And at this time, we can proudly say that the good news is we graduated with all 70 cadets, and for that, you should give yourself a round of applause. Thomas Edison stated, "Opportunities are often missed because they are dressed in a pair of overalls and looks like hard work." The Academy has greatly conditioned us to be ready for this day and days to come. It started with PT at 0600 hours every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where a lot of running took place, and an infinite amount of push-ups and other calisthenics. Then all the law block information that was pounded in our heads for us to learn, know, and recite. After that, we had primaries every Monday that we had to pass. And for some, we have taken more tests while in the academy than we have in elementary, middle, and high schools combined. Later on, we had to master our skill set in firearms, driving, and defensive tactics training, where a taser was involved. And finally, we moved to field problem scenarios, where we not only learned that officer safety is paramount, but also how to carry it out. The academy has taught us discipline, and that life behind the badge will not be easy. We have been taught to be prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, and economically for whatever our job has in store for us. Growing up, and I use those words specifically because we all had a lot of growing up to do. Growing up especially places at the academy has ingrained in us qualities and perspectives that have benefited us tremendously. And from those teachings, we have learned to be open-minded and more analytical about the complexities of life. Each and every one of us has embarked upon our own unique journey towards our authentic self. There are common factors in us all that provide the radiance and direction for our path. It is our leadership, our poise, and our training that will help move us towards what we have been groomed to become. And because of that, some of us will promote and become sergeants, lieutenants, captains, and even chiefs. When we decided to start a career with HPD, it was our pledge to stand by the values we were taught and what we believe in. The academy has shown us that being authentic is the ability to be true to oneself. Living an authentic life requires the ability to be true to our own wants, needs, and desires, and not live our lives by the opinions of others. The academy has given us insight and compassion to see others for who they are and not who we expect them to be. There are many of you in this audience who are firm in your beliefs and stern in your actions, and because of that, you are successful today. We thank our instructors, Officer Webster, Officer Rodriguez, Officer Lopez, Officer Zachariah, and other countless officers which we've encountered during this journey who help free us up from the judgment of ourselves, which in turn gave others the freedom to be themselves as well. When we saluted those 3 flags every morning, we pledged and reminded ourselves that we could have chosen any police department, but we chose HPD. We could have chosen any city, but we chose Houston. We could have been in any state in the country, but we chose to serve the great state of Texas. And most importantly, we could have been anywhere in the world, but we were proud to be in America. We will show as a real-life example that we did it, we succeeded, and we will continue to do so because of who we are, what we believe in, and what we value, which is ourselves and the city of Houston. Lastly, I would like to speak to you, the citizens of Houston. The city of Houston has faced many traumatic events over the years. Natural disasters, protests, riots, and crimes have left the mayor, the chief, and their teams to work tirelessly to safeguard a city we hold dear to our heart. We know sometimes you have questioned our judgment, and your faith in us may have wavered, but I'm here to reassure you that we will not let you down, and we are here for you. In the words of our Sergeant Pinkerton, we are a family, at times a dysfunctional family, but a family nonetheless. And it's our duty to look after our brothers and our sisters. With that said, we thank you for your patience, your desire to remain steadfast in your support, and your unconditional love for your Houston Police Department. I stand here to say Class 214 is ready to jump on board in preserving the peace and reducing the fear. We are forever grateful. We are forever in debt. And we understand that Houston is a very special place to you, and we can only continue to do what others have done before us, which is to give back. Furthermore, I charge every officer of 214 who stand before me today to become the great public servant that we have been trained to be to the city of Houston. If you want to see a change in the community, become those movers, shakers, and protectors I spoke of earlier, and give back. Be active and voice your opinions on ways to suppress crime in your meetings. It is our duty. It is our obligation. It is up to us that we give back, and we give back proudly. And by doing so, we know that the city of Houston will thrive for years to come. And remember, it is our choices that show us who we truly are, far more than our abilities.